Hi everybody, this is Kevin, and welcome back to another comic book review. And today we're going back into the stack and doing a back issue binge with Batman number 690 from 2009. You know, if you think about it, 2009, it doesn't seem that long ago, but here we are in 2020, and it's 11 years ago, and it's pretty insane. And this is written by Judd Winick and drawn by Mark Bagley. Judd Winick, who did the Under the Red Hood storyline about 50 issues or so before this. I think it was in like the 230s or 240s around there. And Mark Bagley, as you know, did a lot of the Spider-Man Marvel work back in the day. And interestingly enough, I was looking here, and you see, this is $2.99. And, you know, nowadays the books are $4, and, you know, for new and special issues, they're $5. And you hear a lot of people complaining about how it's so expensive. Well, for 11 years, for it to only go up $1 really isn't that bad. But this is actually the storyline Batman Reborn, where Dick Grayson takes up the mantle as Batman for quite some time. I believe what happened was Batman disappeared in the events of Final Crisis, and there was no Batman, so Dick Grayson had to take the cowl on. And then I think there was another sort of event, not the Court of Owls, the Battle for the Cowl, that's what it is. And there was another thing where Nightwing was battling with Jason Todd and Tim Drake and all them, and I think Damian Wayne to become the Batman for a short time. But enough of that, let's get into it. I just want to show this too in the back. So 2009, and you have an ad for Batman Arkham Asylum, the video game, and pretty funny to see that. And also, this cover here is by Tony Daniel, but you know, enough jabbering about that. Let's get right into this. So, and look at Chris Paul in the New Orleans. Is that New Orleans Hornets? For the New Orleans Pelicans. Pretty crazy. But anyway, this is Long Shadows Part 3, Tripwires. And some great artwork by Mark Bagley, Judd Winick doing the writing. And it's basically Batman talking about, you know, not to be cocky, not to be complacent, and to listen to what Batman taught him. You know, it's Dick Grayson here. He's fighting Clayface, and a new liberated villain from Arkham Asylum, Lyle Blanco, and he's just got a machine gun firing away, and Batman's being overwhelmed pretty quickly. But you know, he's able to apprehend them. And look at these ads from 2009. What even is this? Free Realms. I was a pretty decent gamer back in my day. I never even heard of that. But so Batman's fighting back. Some nice action shots. Pretty interesting. And but Clayface is able to apprehend him. Like I said, with the ads, you have Bleach. Remember that anime from back in the day? And then it cuts over here to Two-Face, who's like the main villain of the storyline. He's trying to recruit people who can teleport. And I guess these people can teleport, and they're kind of, you know, beating around the bush. And Two-Face is not having it. He sees this woman here who says, I can. So he flips the coin and recruits her to do the dirty work and sends the other people on their way. And he pulls out the Batarang, and he says, we need to go where this was made. And, you know, this woman's able to teleport him there, so eventually they're on their way to the Batcave. And Batman's all caught up in Clayface here, and he's asking Alfred to help. It's always fun to see Alfred back in these old issues now that he's gone. And Alfred's able to save the day by firing up a car at Clayface, one of the Batmobiles, I guess. And then you have this little confrontation with Blanco, and he's pretty strong for Batman, but he's able to use his strategy to apprehend him, giving him the people's elbow down in the corner. So some nice Batman action shots here, firing away, and then he puts a bag over his head and just ties it so he's unable to move. But the artwork's great, storyline's pretty good. Then you got this other scene down here at the Penguin, talking to Two-Face. And actually, before that happens, Alfred says to Batman up there that the Batcave has been breached. Someone's in the bunker. And then you have this scene with Two-Face and this shadowy figure who I think is Hush. I'm not entirely sure. I just want to, you know, just thinking about it. It's Hush. And he kills all of the Penguin's entourage here. And says, you'll be working for me now, to the Penguin. So Batman makes his way back to the Batcave here, and he sees the coin, and he says it's been uncovered. And he turns around and he says, oh my God, and it's all crossed out there. And then he gets shot in the back with some tranquilizers, and he begins to say what he said at the beginning of the book. He's complacent. He didn't sweep the cave, or he relied too much on hardware. He's cocky. He thinned out his body armor for better maneuverability and left him vulnerable for high-powered tranks. And, he didn't really listen to what Bruce Wayne Batman had told him before him. And so the voice says, I have just 2 questions for you. Who are you? And where's the real Batman? And it's Two-Face in this Batman costume looking like a complete madman. I mean, look at that, just craziness. And it says to be concluded, so that'd be part 4 of the storyline. And then in the back here was some more interesting stuff. You had this little note from Dan Dio, who's not there anymore. And this ad for Rebels, which is a sort of like cosmic story, I think with Adam Strange and Starfire and Wildstar and all these people I don't really know. But it was an interesting read by Tony Bedard and Carl Malign. And then an ad for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So it's always fun going back in these back issues, especially around this time, because I started reading comics in like the mid-2000s, more or less, heavily read comics back then, getting issues like that, and I definitely remember reading this. I remember reading Hush, Under the Red Hood, and books like that. I'm always a big Batman fan, so it's fun to go back and look at that. But anyway, have you read this back in the day? Leave a comment below if you did. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, ring that bell, and stay tuned for some more new and old comic book reviews coming soon. Have a great day. Bye.